Your activity for today is called Exploring Area with Pattern Blocks. Now we're learning about what area is today. And area is the space inside a shape. It's the measure of that space. So we're going to be looking at triangles. Now you may have already worked on this sheet called If a Triangle is Worth 1 in your math books, and that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do it again with a template on Seesaw. So you can use that template to move around some green triangles and draw on it and do your math on the template to explore area a little more. So you're going to see different shapes and you're thinking about how many triangles can go inside of each shape. And we're thinking about a triangle as one unit. So if we look at our very first shape, we're going to see how many triangles we can fit inside of that shape. So our first shape is a rhombus. And if I have my green triangle, I can just go ahead and move one over, just like we would do if we had our pattern blocks at school, and I kind of turn it around, and I can fit it right inside my rhombus. And I can see, wow, 2 triangles would fit inside my rhombus. So I'm just going to take another one just to make sure. And you can do this with your template on Seesaw too, just to check. And there I see I have 2 triangles inside my rhombus. So what I could do is I could just move these away, get rid of them, so I can show you that we can take our drawing tool. It looks a little different on Seesaw. And we can just draw a line right through the middle. It's okay that my line's a little crooked. Yours might be a little crooked too. That happens with these new tools we're using. But we can see that we'd have about 1, 2 triangles. And we know if we add 1 plus 1, we get 2. Now, oops, let me try that one more time. Erase that. There we go. We have 2 triangles, and that's not just 2 triangles because remember, we're thinking about the triangles as a unit. So our area, it doesn't equal 2 triangles, it equals 2 units. And we could do the same thing now with our next shape. And our next shape we're going to look at is a hexagon. Hex means 6. So a hexagon is a 6-sided object. Now, I don't know right away how many triangles are going to fit into my hexagon, so I'm going to start off just by taking triangles and seeing where I can put them all the way to the edges on my hexagon. So I have one here. I'm going to add one more. All the way. There we go. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, so if I go all the way out to the edges, with my hexagon, in my hexagon, I already see that I have 1, 2, 3 triangles. Now, instead of finishing this with my triangles, I'm going to get rid of these because I want to show you something. Now, I know that I can fit 3 just on one side. So I'm going to go back to my drawing tool. I'm going to draw a line right down the middle. And I remember that I had one triangle right there and another triangle right there. And I'm thinking that if it looks like that on one side, then if we keep going with this line all the way across and this line all the way across, I think I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 triangles. Wow. So the area of my hexagon, just like the number of sides, is 6 units. Now I'm going to go on to my trapezoid to see how many triangles I can fit into my trapezoid. Now, I wonder if I could draw a line down the middle of my trapezoid just like I did my hexagon. So I'm going to go ahead and try that first. Okay, so I have my line down my middle, but Now see, I think that might look a little funny because I don't think I can see any triangles when I split my trapezoid in half. So I'm going to erase that and I'm going to try something else. Now I'm a little confused on how many triangles I can fit. So I'm going to take a triangle and I'm going to check. Okay, I have one right there. Now I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to flip it all the way around because I think, oh, look at that. I can fit one right there. Okay. It looks like this white space here, I think I can fit another triangle there. Right there, and look at that. So now I know I have 1, 2, 3 triangles in my trapezoid. So if you think you can draw with your finger to see how many triangles you can get, you can go ahead and do that. But remember, you have your green triangle tool to put all your triangles in to your shapes. Now that is going to look just a little bit different, on Seesaw, but you still have it there. See, on what I'm using, I accidentally erased all of my writing. That won't happen to you on Seesaw, so that's why we're going to use Seesaw. So for your assignment, you're going to have to do this page. You're going to do this big diamond. You're going to do this other shape that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. You're going to have to see how many triangles you can fit in there. Remember, each triangle is a unit. Oops, that's what you're working on. And you're going to have another page right here. It's page 2 of if a triangle is worth 1. And you need to see how many triangles you can fit in here. And you do have all of these green triangles. You'll have them in Seesaw too. Imagine that there are pattern blocks from school. You're going to use them exactly that same way. You can turn them all around. You can move them around if you touch the middle. And if something funny happens to your shape, I'll show you in Seesaw if something funny might happen. When you move these shapes, this is what your Seesaw will look like. Yeah, you might do something like Miss Tyne did right there, and you might change the shape of it. If you do that, up on the top, you just have this button I'm pressing to go back. And it'll go back and it'll put it into the right shape. So when you grab it, you can just turn it, just like I did before, and move it in to see how many you need. Now that's what you're working on today for math. You're thinking about area. You're thinking about that space inside of a shape. Each triangle is a unit. That's the area of all of your shapes today. Get working on this page, and then when you're all done, just turn your work in. You can use our drawing tool here. You have the pencil and the markers here, so you can go ahead and draw those lines on Seesaw, just like I did in my other example. All right, good luck with your work today, and we will talk a little later if you have questions.